Can a game that is unknown to the point of having no YouTube video on it at all still be good? Can a game lure you with achievements and still be good enough to deserve a sequel? How many songs do you really need in a video game? I may or may not answer these and more questions when we take a good look at Froggie. My name is Felipe Pereira Sibioni, and this is the FPS Factor. Now, let's leap into this review in parts, shall we? Froggie is a 2D platformer and achievement-based game. It was released on 4th of November 2022 by Virgil from Brazil. Go Brazil. Maybe it's a solo dev, I'm not sure. There's very little footprint of this dev on the internet. It's just, oh, this is Virgil. Make games. Here they are. Probably it's a single dev. The game costs 99 cents, very cheap. It has nice graphics, a limited soundtrack, simple gameplay with good level design, and 100 levels and achievements. Is it just really to bait people to buy it? Let's find out when we take a good look at all aspects of this game, starting, of course, with graphics and aesthetics. Much like Mangavania, this game has a black background with white lines making up the environment and characters. I do love this style, very beautiful. It's simple, convey the game elements very easily. The main character is this humanoid frog with a huge head and a goofy face. Lovely, head empty, no dots. The enemies are all the same white color, also very cute. The animations of the characters are very nice, very well done. The Froggie stretches and bounces while jumping, wall sliding. Very nice, very nice. The background and environments are very simple. The background itself, contrary to the Mangavania game, this one has some stars sprinkled here and there, but they move. It is already much better in the sense that it gives you some visual variety, even if it's just stars passing around. Reminds me of those old screensavers. It does make a difference instead of just being static or just black. There's another level type. There's this one, that's the caves. There's another one, that's the factory. Very nice too. I'll talk about both of them when we take a good look at locations. The game has some visual effects. It's mostly dust clouds when you move and jump, and also little dust clouds when you kill enemies. This is the first time I've encountered this situation basically in game I've played. There's just one song for the entire game. It repeats, it loops. It's this one playing right now. I have put it lower than usual from the other videos because it is the same music playing over and over. It gets a bit repetitive. Even in a YouTube video, imagine a game that you're going to play for a whole hour. This is roughly the length of this game. It's an hour. Fortunately, it is a good song, so it will not get on the nerves. I completed the game with the music on, though I like more electronic beats like this, so it's not egregious for me. You can't find this music also anywhere from the Steam store page, from the developer. I still couldn't, until this moment that I'm recording this video, I still couldn't find any place to download the music. I'm gonna just record the audio from in-game to use here. What can I do? Sound effects, simple, they're nicely done, beeps and boops, fits nicely into the game. That's it. Also first in the channel, and outside of a few extreme examples, there's no story. Literally none. Even the more other minuscule games have at least a premise or something. Not here. You get to the end of the level. Why? There's a frog door over there. Maybe that's enough reason, I'd say. I don't know. No idea. These sections are passing like this. There are a few options, important ones. We have music and sound effects separate. Very good, especially in this case, because as I said before, if you have only one track, you can just take it to 0 and put on your own music. Fantastic. There's a screen shake and full screen to turn on and off. Normal stuff. You can also choose your language. There's not too many things to do here with language, but it's okay. There's no VSync, that's bad. It's a platformer, you need it. Always. Fortunately, in this case, I had no problems, no complaints about performance, no bugs, no glitches. Simple game, nothing much to go wrong. We have simple controls for a simple game. You move with the D-pad, there's only one. Movement speed, it is running, better than just walking at a slow, brisk pace. Movement itself is fast and loose, a bit akin to the Meat Boy games. I imagine it's a bit of an inspiration for this game, in more ways than one. You can also jump, great distances and heights, very nice. Landing on an enemy will kill them, as it's expected from a normal 2D platformer. If you hit a wall, you will slide down on it, and you can either jump off it to another wall, to just wall jump off it, or keep jumping back on it to keep going up, Mega Man style. In this case, it's an unlimited number of times. It's two distinct games with black and white Game Boy aesthetic that have you wall jumping in the same manner, Mega Man style. Something, the French Mertz, 2 pennies quotes, you know the drill, don't need to say it. Here's the gameplay loop of Froggie. You go from the start of the level to the end, avoiding spikes and stomping on enemies. You get to the other frog door, go to the next stage. Each time you enter a stage, not when you finish it, but when you enter a stage, you get an achievement for that stage. Different. The levels, they are small, composed mostly of single screen sections. Most of the levels have 2 or 3 of the sections. The level design here, fortunately, is excellent, with a good variety of obstacles, stage elements, and a variety of enemies. The enemies are such: you have some that go left to right and back, some that will follow you, others drop on top of you, they even might shoot at you. The stage elements are varied too. There's spikes, conveyor belts, lasers, and more. Very nice. I'll talk about the specific stage elements when we take a good look at locations. And this game is too fast to talk about. I think it would be the fastest a good look at video. Let's see. Here we have a normal platformer. You land your jumps on the enemy's head, you're golden. This game has a one hit system, one hit and you die. Dying will restart you very quickly, either in the end of the stage or in the checkpoints. There's checkpoints in this game, I forgot to talk about it in the last section. Dying, as I said, restarts you very quickly, just like the Meat Boy games. The difficulty curve of Froggie is very smooth. It doesn't get too hard from one stage to another, but even the later levels are not very difficult. It's a chill experience, honestly. Even if you die, the levels are not big enough to give you any trouble. It's a chill game, you get the achievements. It's 100 achievements, 100 levels. It's that's why you're here mostly. But it's a nice experience, not very hard, not so easy that you just get bored of it too. As with the aesthetics of the game itself, the menus are simple and stylish. You start in the game, you get to the main menu, same background as the starting levels, starry sky, stars going from one side to another. We have these big rounded buttons, very clean, I love it. From here we have the options to play the game, just starting from the beginning, from the first stage, or from levels. You can choose which level you want. You can select any of the completed levels or the last uncompleted one. Very nice. There's options, credits, it's a single page of credits, and quit. As I said, simple options for a simple game. It is important to note that the level select screen shows the names of the stages in letters and symbols. There's a good reason for that, I'll explain later. The in-game UI doesn't exist because there's no hit points, there's nothing to collect in this game. You just go from the start to the end. There's not even coins or anything like that, so there's no in-stage UI, nothing. Another thing that this game lacks, a pause button. Very different, I have never seen it. If you pause the game, if you press the button that would be pause, you just go back to the main menu. Fortunately, you can select all stages once again, and the stages are not very long, so it's not much of a problem. You most probably finish this game in a single sitting, so no problem at all. The camera is very zoomed out. As I said, most of the time you have those single screen challenges. The proportions are very nice. With a game of this clean aesthetic and simple gameplay, being zoomed out is not much of a problem. This is very acceptable. No, I will not talk about each of the 100 levels individually. There's no need to in this game. They are pretty much the same type and could be condensed into 20 to 40 big levels. There are two types of levels. Let's take a good look into both. Starting with the cave levels. It's some open spaces with the environment. Environment, as I always say, it's the part where you interact with. And background and foreground are the stage decorations that you don't interact with, obviously. The environment, you have this ground that starts out all white and have a little bit of white scattered around. There's loads of spikes. In the background you have a starry sky. As I said, part of the walls contains also some small elements like a bone, and each of the stages have a little frog for you to look at. It's cute. That's it. All around you have also some rocks and things like that. You have sometimes you find a bridge, you know, decorative elements. Very well done, very nice. In this type of stages, the cave ones, you'll find slimes, snakes, bats. They will fly to your location. Kinda slow, but take care. There are spiders, usually at the ceiling. They will drop on you when you pass by them, if you don't pass quick enough. There's also these little goblins that will shoot slow projectiles in your direction. As for the stage hazards, it's spikes. Spikes everywhere. Most of the times here you will encounter spikes. If I remember correctly, there's no bottomless pits. We also have some moving platforms sprinkled around the stages for that good variety. The second type of stage is the factory. There are metal blocks, thick outlines. I love these ones. You have for enemies these small computers on threads. They move left to right. Very, very cute. I love them very much. This kind of stage have a gimmick that I adore. It's conveyor belts, but not only on the floor. I love them for a reason. They are also on the walls. They can go up or down. If they go down, you hit the wall, you just go down normally. But if they go up, you can stick to the wall and you go up with it. Very nice. I love it. It is used within the stage design very well. Very creative use of it. I love it very much. Other things in this type of stage you encounter are laser beams that turn on and off. These saw blades, small and large, that move in this set path for them. And there are also doors with levers that open them. It's not a puzzle in any way, just see a door, see a lever, go to the lever, open the door, and go there. Very simple. As I said, this game is simple. That's it for the locations. Now let's go to the next section, the ending, completion and achievement. And As always, I must say this every time, I must advise you, watch out for spoilers. Ooh. With no story comes no spoilers, right? Or do we have a spoiler? You get to the end of the game in level 50 and get credits. Thank you for playing. What about the other 50 levels? Well, here comes the spoiler part. You go to the beginning and you must redo the stages, but this time you go from the end of the stage to the beginning of each of the stages. Oh, nice. It might seem a bit lazy at first, but it's actually ingenious because you must design your levels with the way forward and back to be doable in a challenging experience. It's not the same going forward or back. The dev really delivered in this aspect. It is, I'd say, a little bit lazy to reuse half of the game or pad out. You know, you have 50 stages, oh, let's pad out and get 50 more. But it's a nice concept. I had a blast. It was very nice. As expected of this post game, it is the same length of the other half. It will take you roughly 1 hour to complete all the levels. Since there's, as far as I know, no items or secrets to discover, you always get the full experience, including the achievements. Let's talk about them. As stated, each level is named after a letter or symbol because that's the achievement you get for it. As you can see here, the achievements are all letters and symbols. They are all gate style, meaning you pass through the gate. In this case, you enter the level, you get the achievement. Finish the game, you will have 100% of the achievements. The whole game might even be done because of the achievements, because you have all the letters and some symbols, both in black with white background and white with black background. It was made for spelling stuff on your Steam profile, and people who like to decorate their profile like that will have a great tool with this game. It is very nice. There is actually a sequel out for this game already. It is named Catty. Instead of frog, it's a cat. I am still to play it, but for what I hope, let's make a prediction here. I hope for bigger levels, more location types, more enemy types, and level elements in general. In short, a sequel. You know, more of everything. In conclusion, it's a short and sweet experience. Leaves you wanting a bit more. There is more. I'll play Catty and maybe do a video on it too when I have little time, because this video took very little time for me. It's gonna be a very small video. If you want a small platformer or you want letters to mess around in your Steam profile, this game got you covered for a very small price. It's $1. Do get it. You will not regret. Thank you all so very much as always for watching. If you can, subscribe. I'm just starting out. This is the kind of content I like to make, talk about one game, all aspects of it. Also, there's recommendations and stuff about the gaming industry in general. Give this video a like. If you didn't like it, you can give it a dislike. Comment below if a game that you want to see featured. I do mostly indie games because I feel that they need more exposure always. You always, you know, the more eyeballs you can get on the game, on good games, the better. But who knows, maybe you guys want me to talk about more established games. But as I said, thank you very much, and I'll see you guys, or rather you see me, on the next video. Bye bye, thank you.